The other thing I wanted to mention at this time is the situation with the Middle East and the war. We are now approaching the end of the second month of that conflict. We have seen the price of fuel at the pump going up week after week after week. We have been told by major corporate distributors and wholesalers in the food trade that food prices are going to start going up as well. It is going to flow through to other critical inputs, fertilizers, chemicals, medications, all of the different products, plastic-related products that have some form of petrochemical base in them. Everything is going to be impacted by this. The government has been completely silent as to their response to this incipient crisis on the people. There's no provision in the budget for any form of assistance. We heard from Petrojam that it has cost them, I think, $5 million US to mid-March from not having passed on the full dollar impact of the increase in oil prices that they have been incurring. But they have been making losses for the last few years, so they're in no position to finance that form of subsidy, and they're going to be depending on government for a bailout there. There's no bailout for them in the budget. And you know, the last PNP administration had the foresight of entering into an oil hedging program to protect Jamaica from what we are seeing now. It was funded by a special tax that was dedicated to financing that oil hedging program, which is essentially an insurance policy that if oil prices go above a certain figure per barrel, Jamaica gets a cash payment to cover that cost. This government discontinued that program, abandoned that insurance, but kept the tax in place and has been using it as part of the general revenue of the country. So now that we're facing the horror of oil prices at around $100 a barrel, when the budget was cast at an assumption of $60 a barrel, we are facing that with no protection, but the tax very much still in place and being paid by motorists, by consumers of electricity, and everyone in the society who pays tax effectively. This is a deplorable situation, and the government needs to come out and speak to how they intend to manage the impact of this cost of living crisis that is unfolding on the Jamaican people. Are we going to see any targeted relief for PATH beneficiaries? Are we going to see any targeted relief for Melissa victims? People who have already suffered massive damage to their homes and inadequate assistance in resolving their shelter needs are now going to be impacted by a cost of living crisis. What is to be done about them? What is to be done in terms of more general relief, especially for low-income families who will be having to bear the cost of increased prices for everything that they consume? The government has been silent. Many other governments around the world have already put measures in place to protect their populations. Ours has remained mum.